Hello team, a quick bonus for the FizzBuzz Validator Challenge. A very nice guy by the name of Mateo jumped into my chats, into my comments for that video, and started having some really thoughtful conversation, especially around some edge cases, right? There are some edge cases that I have not accounted for in my code. And so after going back and forth a little bit, I thought, you know what? What a perfect place for a bonus video. So here we are. This is the code that we left off on, and it still works great. But Mateo rightfully pointed out that we don't account for what happens if everything is a string. Because right now we go through and we find something that is a number, and then we base all of our indexes based on that number, and it probably breaks in a hurry, honestly. Okay, we have no way of testing that here, but I'm willing to bet that this find index will return a -1, which means array at -1 is undefined minus -1. That's going to be all kinds of not a number, okay? Which means that we should fix that. Now, there are two bits to this, right? There's an array of two elements, FizzBuzz or BuzzFizz, and we do have places where this is perfectly valid. The first two being 5 and 6 for BuzzFizz, the 9, 10 for FizzBuzz. That's perfectly valid. What is not valid is having 3 of these in a row, or worse, having all of the elements in an array be strings, right? At some point, once we get past 2 elements, there must be a number, right? And that's what we need to take care of. So these should return true. This one should return false. Let's figure it out, okay? Right here, I want to create an if statement, okay? This if statement is going to be array.length, just like this, and we're going to check if it is greater than 2. Brilliant, okay? Because we're going to solve for the 2 in a bit. Stay with me, okay? We also want to know if there are any numbers in there. So has nums, just like this, spelling it the right way. Excellent, okay? But we don't actually want to know if it has numbers. We want to know if it doesn't have numbers. So don't forget that exclamation, that bang. And if that's all accurate, then we return false. That's not going to work. Now, we have not created this function. Let's go and do that. Jumping up function, just like this, sending it in, and returning array.sum. So right here, right, we've used every to figure this out. Now we're going to use sum, and sum exits early as soon as it finds one truthy statement. Okay. So again, we jump in here. We have that element. We're going to test it. Same thing. Number, capital N, number dot is integer element. Excellent. Okay. So that should all work. This should all still work because I don't have any tests for it. So shame on me. But we'll get back to that. Okay. And that should take care of that part. Okay. If we get any array that has all strings, right, that doesn't have any numbers, then great. If it does have a number and they've somehow done this, right, if they've done FizzBuzz Fizz 17 as an example, right, then we get the 17, we back it out, we know that this is going to be false, so everything else is going to catch. That's not a problem, okay? But we do need to account for fizz and FizzBuzz or BuzzFizz, okay? The way that I would do that, the way that I'm thinking, okay, after giving it a moderate amount of thought, I would change not this one, but this one, the first index. We're going to set that to let. And if, same sort of thing, array.length is less than equal to, do it right, 2, just like this. Now we can set that first index again, okay? So we go in here, we go first index equals array.at 0 if that equals buzz, okay? If it equals buzz, then we're going to test for this. So that's going to be a 5, okay? We're just going to make a guess, right? That's the best that we can do here. So we're going to say 5, at which point it will start the count at 5 and test this. Excellent, okay? If that is not If it is not buzz, then let's make the assumption that it's fizz, at which point we should start at 9, okay? At which point this all still works. But if you move this over to something like CodePen and give it a try, now we should have a really robust system where if they try to send in just hot amounts of garbage, right, then we return false, and we catch these edge cases where there's just no way that we can ever figure out what the number is, right? We guess. We made an educated guess here. That's it. Again, a really thoughtful conversation from Mateo, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate those. If anyone else has comments about this, please hit me up in the comments as well. Maybe you like it, maybe you hate it. I don't know, right? Let's have that chat. Otherwise, again, this has been a bonus for FizzBuzz Validator, and I'll see you in the next one.